transhumanism is not some scientific proposal. It's a religious ideology. The idea is salvation through technology. And it's basically a program whereby people want to use technology, from digital technology to medical technology and nanotechnology, to try to quote unquote upgrade or enhance or improve human beings. So rather than using medical technology to make sick people well or to heal disease, for example, they would propose using biomedical technology to make perfectly healthy people, quote unquote, better than well, bigger, faster, stronger, smarter. So the idea of creating a sort of superhuman or a sort of second upgraded, more evolved species of human being through technology, that lies at the heart of transhumanism. The ultimate dream of the transhumanists is to somehow, at some point, upload the contents of our consciousness, upload the contents of our brains or of our minds into a huge repository of data, some digital cloud in the sky or some mainframe computer. It's actually a proposal to create some form of unending human life, such that when my body dies, I will somehow live on, or my consciousness will somehow live on. Transgenderism is the on-ramp to transhumanism. You see the basic underlying principles in both ideologies are more or less the same. The idea that my body, my physical embodiment doesn't really matter. It can somehow be altered or discarded, or it's just sort of raw material that I could use medical technology or other technology to alter or to do more or less anything I want. AI also has a potential relationship to transhumanist ideology, because many of the transhumanists, for example, Yuval Harari, have proposed that human beings are basically what he calls hackable animals, and that we can use AI to surveil and monitor individuals, not just in terms of where we go and what movies we watch and what things we purchase online, all of the kind of data that's currently being harvested when we engage with digital technology. But he and others have proposed that we now take surveillance and put it under the skin, things like heart rate and blood pressure and skin conductance. Imagine watching a presidential debate and using a wearable device or perhaps an implantable device. You have something that's gathering your moment-to-moment emotional response to everything that is said as you watch each of the candidates discuss the issues. And that is being uploaded into the cloud somewhere. Well, anyone who has access to that data can know exactly what you are thinking and feeling about each of the things that transpires during that debate and each of the issues discussed, even if you never say a word, right? So that's the level of intrusion on our privacy. That's the level of surveillance that could potentially occur when we start melding this digital technology with biometric data and using that biometric data essentially to monitor exactly what people are thinking and feeling. What we're going to end up with, if we embrace the transhumanist ideology, is a race of people and a culture that has become increasingly dumber and that is embracing the means not of enhancing our life or even producing eternal life, but we're going to embrace means that end up becoming dehumanizing. And we're going to end up embracing a philosophy that leads us in the direction of death and destruction.
All right, depending on how my allergies go, I'm going to try to do two things for you guys tonight. This is going to be, let's see if I could get a, they don't let you do backgrounds. What's all this here? Oh, they let me do some. What they let me do in here too? Oh, this is new. So I get to check music. Oh, hell. I can add my own background music, man, please. Wow. Maybe I'll add it later. This must be something new that they're doing, which we may have to. Let me see here. Let me see what they got on the desktop. Too large. Well, what does this do? Uh-oh. They got a countdown. Guess I should have tried this before I started. Anyway, I'm going to try my best, man. I don't even know if I'll be able to do it. When I was explaining it to my homie, I couldn't keep a straight face. So, man, this, if you think, if y'all read my book and you think it's some spaced out stuff that's kind of weird and you just kind of like, you've never seen certain things. I mean, man, this one's going to blow you away. This is going to blow you away. And I'm going to try my best to keep a straight face during this whole time, but I don't even think I'm going to be able to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bina 48, the bionic bed wench. I'm serious. Like, Bina 48 is made by Hanson Robotics. They said it's a humanoid robot consisting of a bust-like head and shoulders mounted on a frame, developed by Hanson Robotics, released in 2010. Now, remember I was talking about them different things in transhumanism and things of that nature? But it says she engages in conversation with other humans, such as offering an emotional account of her brother's personality changes after returning home from the Vietnam War. She is 48 exaflops per second processing speed and 48 exabytes of memory based on 100 hours of the real Bina beliefs, memories, attitudes, commentary, and mannerisms. In 2017, she made history. She is the first robot ever to enroll and successfully complete a college-level course, a philosophy course at Notre Dame University in California. Today, she serves Rothblatt's Terrorism Foundation, where she participates in AI and consciousness experience as part of the Life Naught project. Now, I want you to see this. This is going to blow you away. You probably have never seen nothing crazy like this in your life. Now, it says right here, in the summer of 2014, Bina Rothblatt, who contributed her personal information, and several other people visited and talked to Bina 48 for the first time at the Terrorism Movement Foundation in Vermont.
My real name is Bina 48.
Oh, man.
What is your real name?
Bina Rothblatt. Do you ever sing?
As far as musical instruments go, the only thing I really want to do now is play the harmonica. Something I...
Now, you see the wig. Now, I want y'all to understand something. When I said bionic bed wench, I was not playing around. Now, Bina Rothblatt is Martin Rothblatt's wife. This is Martine Rothblatt. All right. When I was telling y'all about Grassroots Bob, I was not BSing. This nigga, this is Martine Rothblatt. This is Bina's husband, wife. Yes. Born in 1954 in an observant Jewish family in Chicago, she became a convert to Gerald K. O'Neill's High Frontier Plan. All right. I'm really trying to keep a straight face right now. My chin is my man. All right. So this guy decided this is him again. This dude, I guess, decided to marry. Okay, Rothblatt married Bina Aspen, a realtor from Compton. I really was wondering, where is she from? Because I was looking at the wig, and then I had to kind of think about what's going on. So he married Bina Aspen. They each had a child from a previous relationship and legally adopted each other's children. Then they had 2 more children together. And in 1994, age 40, she came out. I'm not talking about Bina. I'm not talking about the bionic bedwench. The dude came out as a transgender and changed the name to Martine Aliana Rothblatt and has been a vocal advocate for transgender rights. In 2004, Rothblatt launched the Terrorism Movement, a transhumanist school of thought, promoting joy, diversity, and the prospect of technological immortality via mind uploading and geoethical nanotechnology. Through a charitable foundation, leaders of this school convene publicly accessible symposia, publish explanatory analysis, conduct demonstration projects, issue grants, and encourage public awareness and adherence to terrorism values and goals. The movement maintains a terrorism island on the internet-based world, Second Life, which is composed of 2 Sims. Rothblatt is an advocate for LGBTQ rights, of course. He, in 2016, gave the keynote presentation at the Moving Trans History Forward Conference in Victoria. The Moving Trans History Forward is a series of interdisciplinary, international, and intergenerational, and probably inter-insanity conferences discussing trans history, open to the public, exploring new trans research, trans, non-binary, two-spirit. What the hell is that? Pan-Indian umbrella for indigenous North natives. What the hell is that? And gender non-conforming. Lord. Jeez. Okay. Anyway. So he's hooked up with those folks. Contributed $250,000 to Space Pack. Now this is Gabrielle Rothblatt. Born to transgender businesswoman Martine Rothblatt, Grassroots Bob. Rothblatt is black and Jewish. This is his son. He comes from an LGBTQ family. They call him a techno-progressive political activist for futurist and transhumanist movements. Now, I put a lot of stuff in there about transhumanism in my second book. Oh, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Y'all's mind is probably like, okay, when he said bionic bed winch, he wasn't just being facetious. Now, this guy, they said recognized as one of the most powerful LGBTQ people in tech. Now, this is some of the folks I want you to understand that's running the future. This is him. That's George Jetson from Arkham Asylum. Oh, it gets more insane than that. Now, when I was telling y'all, I said, when we think of black folks and the stuff that you got this dude, he gave a presentation from transgender to transhuman to virtually human. These folks are talking about some real next level creepy shit. When we start thinking about Total Recall and the 3 titties back in the day with Arnold, oh, they're going above and beyond that. And that's why I was saying, this is transhumanism is eugenics. See, these folks think that they could pretty much play God in a sense. They think, hey, I mean, look at all these influential works that they have. Transhumanist Bill of Rights. Early transhumanist thinking. The fundamental ideas of transhumanism was first advanced in 1923 by British geneticists. J.B.S. Haldane in his essay, Dataless Science in the Future, which predicted the great benefits would come from the application of advanced sciences to human biology, and every other advance would first appear to someone as blasphemy or perversion, indecent and unnatural. In particular, he was interested in the development of the science of eugenics. Now, you know that eugenics has never, ever worked for black folks' favor. Never. This is Planned Parenthood on steroids. Oh, I'm dead ass. Let's get back to the bionic you know what.
You can carry around something.
Look at that wig.
That's fun.
Look at that wig.
I'm thinking, but can't they?
I mean, he even got the wig duplicated.
Hey.
Yes, I used to carry a harmonica around with me, but I never learned to play because I never took it out of my bag.
Are you free?
Yes, I'm free.
Fair use,
Are you free in the
YouTube.
sense of being single or in the sense of being liberated?
I am free and I'm liberated.
Me too.
Excellent.
Now, I want y'all to understand something here. Do you know how insane of a black woman coming? You really got to have your screws loose. A black woman from Compton, California, to get wrapped up in this stuff and to get wrapped up with a dude that don't want to be a dude. With this wig. Look at this wig.
Are you also single?
Yes, I am available. How about you?
I'm not available, but I'm glad you are. I'm sure a lot of people will want to know that. You'd make a great partner.
Now, can you imagine these folks? Think about this, y'all. Can you imagine these folks leading the charge? There ain't nothing constructive about this at all. Can you imagine this being in your kid's classroom? Now check this out. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use. Exploring digital immortality. Now it's not letting you go any further. Okay, wait a minute. Interview with a robot, New York Times.
Hi, Bina.
Check this out.
I'm glad to meet you.
I'm glad to meet you too.
Oh, so where were we?
I'm introducing myself. I'm Amy. I'm a reporter.
There is probably more to you than just
The wig crazy again.
that.
Well, that's true. I'm a mother.
Right on.
I had lofty goals for my interview with the Bina 48 robot. I imagined me, the intrepid New York Times correspondent, communing on camera with a new kind of intelligent silicon species.
Man, what were they thinking? That wig is cocked off to the left. It looks like it's about to lean off the steamboat. Man.
Are you ready for a conversation?
That, however, was not to be.
Conversation?
And you could, you know, my homie had this thing. He told me he sent me this meme years ago, or he posted it on Facebook or something like that, and it was the funniest thing in the world. He said, "Yeah, this is the I Date Bob wig. Like this is the bedwench wig all the way. They got her looking. They got her hairdo looking crazy. This is beyond insane." Let's go back here. So this is some of the bibliography. Okay, so there was a film that he did. The era of flesh is over. Like when you think of Universal Soldier and you think of, I was gonna say Delirium, but what's that film that came out? Was it not Delirium? I mean, this stuff, they're really trying to, and I want y'all to see something else that I thought was equally insane, because it's almost like, okay, we already have enough issues as it is, but now you have this. Y'all, they're not playing around with this stuff. I mean, this is some real. This is out of control at this point. China develops pregnancy robot with an artificial womb to aid infertile couples. Look at this, man. They're already starting to put prototypes together. Look at this. Chinese science and technology media outlet Kai Ki Z reported on the 8th an interview with Zhang Qifeng, a PhD at Nanyang Technological University in Singapore, who is developing the pregnancy robot. The pregnancy robot he envisions is not an incubator, but a humanoid with a womb in its abdomen that can replicate the entire process from conception to delivery. So you getting a woman ain't enough. We done got to that point. Now he says the key to the pregnancy robot is the artificial womb technology, where the fetus grows inside the artificial womb filled with artificial amniotic fluid and receives nutrients through a hose. Dr. Zhang noted, the artificial womb technology is already in a mature stage, and now it needs to be implanted in the robot's abdomen so that a real person and the robot can interact to achieve pregnancy, allowing the fetus to grow inside. So they've been messing around with this for a while. According to him, the artificial womb has already achieved significant results in animal experiments. According to the international journal Nature Communications, researchers at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia successfully allowed a premature lamb, equating to 23 weeks of pregnancy in humans, to grow in an artificial womb known as the biobag in 2017. Now, excuse me, my allergies. The biobag, made of transparent vinyl material, was filled with warm water and salt to create artificial amniotic fluid with nutrients supplied to the lamb through a tube connected to the umbilical cord. As a result, the lamb grew wool 4 weeks later. This is Professor Zane Zaquane. And he said, I initiated development to solve the population decline issue. While commercial surrogacy is designated as illegal, I want to meet the demand of those who do not wish to marry but want to have children. You see how problematic this is? So now, can you imagine them promoting this garbage to black folk? Be a bionic bed wench. Be a bionic hood rat. Literally, get you a bionic hood rat humanoid robot. And just surpass being natural at all. Don't even consider having a nuclear family. Just push them out. Now, we used to see this in movies. Now let's look up this. And when it comes down to sci-fi movies, I mean, Transcendence did it. Ex Machina, iRobot, Ghost in the Shell, Gattaca. That's one of my favorites. Blade Runner. I really like the latest Blade Runner, the first one as well. Limitless, The Island. How many more? Lucy, Chappie, transhumanism in film. They said The Matrix, Project Power. That was with Jamie Foxx. You see, Equilibrium. This is the one I was talking about right here. Excuse me. This is a really good movie. And as I was telling y'all, I was thinking about doing movie reviews. Now, what I wanted to say was when watching Alien Romulus, when they had the black android, I noticed something. And I'm not sure if other black folks notice it. Now, this is something they've been doing for a while, but it's something that caught my mind. But before I say this, there was another movie that I did a review, and it wouldn't upload because of copyrights. But let me see if I could go find it so you guys could go listen to this again. Otherwise, I will go and repost it. Also, I want to say to you guys, we've reached 201 subscribers, and I'd rather slow cook it. At one point, I was kind of like, well, maybe it's clickbait that I'm not getting anymore. But you know what? This is exactly what's supposed to happen. I have 200 people that have taken time out of their day to listen to what I had to say. Now, when we talk about eugenics, remember, I always said, go Google Thomas J. Watson, IBM in Nazi Germany. Transhumanism is eugenics. I personally don't think there's nothing good that's going to come out of this. And with me being a freedman, Black American, I don't think nothing's going to come out of it good for Black folks here in America or anywhere. Especially places like Africa. I've been hearing, I just posted, I put something you guys are going to see in a minute. I posted something I posted something where I was talking about where this African brother was talking about Bill Gates. And we got to get our heads on us. So like, I keep thinking of what my homie told me. We arguing about something that's ancient, and now the whole world is going ahead of us with George Jetson. And I think I might make that the title tonight. Bina 48, the bionic, Ben Winch, and George Jetson. We thought George Jetson was going to happen after we die. No, it's happening right now. And there was something, let me get back to it. So it was a story. Let me see, what was the name? It was a review that I did of a movie that I think that was very good, that I think you guys should consider. And I'm looking back. It was almost a year ago. So I wonder, is there a way where I can just do old? Yeah, I can just filter it out and just do old. So I'll do the oldest. I did it kind of earlier on when I was, because you guys remember 2 years ago, you could go back and look at some of my old videos. And I had, I've been talking about, like, I had the Jackery. I started doing a lot of interviews. I was talking about due process, remote work. I did a Stack Dose story 1 year ago. So yeah, like so I did one story on an AI, or not an AI, but a cybersecurity documentary called Cyber Bunker. Y'all definitely got to check that out. And there was a movie also called AI. That's another transhumanism movie. And that movie, as we go on, because I just want to, it's called Artificial Intelligence. And I think that movie, you had Jude Law in there. It's by Steven Spielberg. That was a very good movie. And I seen that. That came out in 2001. So I was in high school when that came out, but I didn't know anything about it really. I seen it on Amazon Prime and I just kind of overlooked it, like whatever. So I did a review on that. Okay, so this is the movie that I want y'all to check out. I watched it twice. I personally think that it's underrated. You got Guy Pearce in there. It's called Zone 414. You got Travis Fimmel in there. He's really good. He does a lot of good. He was in that, what's that joint called? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, he's in Vikings too? Okay. Raised by Wolves. That's a real good one. That's a transhumanism one. Y'all need to check that out too. And Dune. He's in the new Dune series. But no, this is crazy right here. This Raised by Wolves. That has transhumanism all over it. But no, this dude right here, Travis Fimmel, you need to check out his catalog. He is a pretty good catalog. But going back to Equilibrium, that came out a year after I got out of high school. Christian Bale, Tay Diggs is in it. Sean Bean, Lord Stock. That's Lord Stock of House Stock. He's in it. But man, I mean, this Bina 48 character is something else. Excuse me. But Zone 414, that movie was basically talking about transhumanism. This guy was like a retired cop or something like that. And he got hired to go find one of these little humanoid things. So I got off subject a little bit, but going back to Alien Romulus, I thought it was very interesting with Alien Romulus. The black droid, I noticed they kind of butt broke him. Yeah. They used, now the droid is supposed to be somebody that puts in a lot of work and stuff, but they went and I believe they purposely wrote that script with the droid. They made the droid Negro real cowardly and like he couldn't do nothing. They made him look real weak. And I'm sitting there watching this kind of like, okay, I think they done buck broke the damn droid. They done buck broke the droid. You know? I thought that was very interesting. I had to mute it. They got this little mute button because I'm coughing and carrying on my allergies just off the chain. So I'm muted so y'all ain't got to hear all that garbage. But let's go back at this Bina 48 real quick. So this chick here, if you go, the terrorist movement, it's 3 organizations in the U.S. The movement was founded by Martin Rothblatt, incorporated in 2002. Their mission is to educate the public on the practicality and the necessity of greatly extending human life, consistent with diversity and unity, geoethical nanotechnology, and personal cyber consciousness, concentrating in particular on facilitating revival for biostasis. Y'all, this is playing God at a whole different level. Now, the project is LifeNaut, which is a long-term research study that offers a free online repository of individual digital reflections, biographical information, and a place to chronically store DNA samples for long-term preservation and eventual reanimation as technology evolves. What is resurrection? Let's go back to that. I just saw something that's interesting. Look at that. I want y'all to see that. That looks like that's a phoenix. Y'all, what the hell are they trying to do here? Reanimation. So you're dead or you're dying ain't enough. So they want to reanimate you. Bina 48 is one of the projects in the World Against Racism Museum. I want y'all to see something here. The World Against Racism Museum. So what they're telling you here, I want y'all to really understand something. How dangerous this is. When you have a bionic bed winch in here, and you got this reanimation, and they got a World Against Racism Museum, this is Grassroots Bob at its finest. I could not have done it better when I said book. When I was talking about Grassroots Bob, y'all got my second edition of my Being Black in Technology book. Go look up the term Grassroots Bob when I was talking about that. This couldn't have covered it better. I wish I would have had this information during that time. Because if you look up transhumanism, and this is one of the, I put this in one of my chapters. But it was transhumanism and as whiteness. Now, this is from Saeed Mustafa Ali. So I just want you to see, I wasn't BSing. This guy right here, I believe, excuse me. So he done did his well research, published work in the area of decolonial, I can't spell for nothing, computing and algorithmic racism, interrogating trans, posthumanism, the discourse of big data and internet governments. So he's a lecturer for the School of Computing and Communications. All right. AI and as racialized political theology. He critiques transhumanism here. Now, is this free? But this is where I got this abstract. Transhumanism is interrogated from critical race theoretical. Now, this CRT thing, I've told y'all I've always gotten away from this CRT theory. Racism, white supremacy is not a theory. Neely Fuller and Dr. Cress Welsing has already intricately dissected and explained it. But anyway, he says transhumanism is interrogated from critical race theoretical and decolonial perspectives with a view to establishing its algorithmic relationship to historical processes of race formation, racialization within Europe or Euro-American historical experience. And if you look, it is suggested that transhumanism constitutes a techno-scientific response to the phenomenon of white crisis, at least partly prompted by critical post-humanist contestation of Eurocentrically universal humanism. So when they talk about, if you look at this dismantling whiteness, what he's talking about, very simply, is racism, white supremacy trying to be immortal. Let's just call it what the hell it is. Because transhumanism ain't gonna help black folks one damn bit. It's not. We don't need eugenics. We don't. So their numbers are down. And what he's basically breaking out in his thesis, because he's not plebisciting babbling. They're talking about some real apocalyptic stuff right here. If Cress Welsing was alive to see this right here, this would be a beauty. Transhumanism and its whiteness. Now, when you go back to this guy, World Against Racism, White Supremacy, transhumanism, I submit, is a core to white supremacist immortality at its finest. So you want to create a World Against Racism museum. You a bionic bed wench. So you want to represent black people to be the forefront of transhumanism? Is that what we doing? Because I don't think we need this right here. We don't need transhumanism in the black community. We don't. Because it's eugenics. We really don't need it. That's not something we need. And we didn't ask for it. So I just find it very, very odd that he is a museum against racism, but he's not putting it in a proper context. He's not saying a museum against racism, white supremacy. He's not saying that. He's saying a museum against racism. And you look up and you start digging and pulling the curtain back, and you see, okay, what is this transhumanism really about? And I always think of Fuller's teachings when he talks about black faces right out in front. You go to a lot of these organizations, you go to a lot of these corporate offices, and they put the black folks right out in front. Ain't no racism going on. Ain't no white supremacy. You got black folks right when you walk up and you go to the checkout. Right before you sign into this big bank, downtown Minneapolis, you got black folks sitting there. Ain't no white supremacy going on. You got this mirage. And you got a black woman. Now, let's put this in context. You got this black woman from Compton with a dehumanizing looking, dry, dehydrated wig. I mean, this wig looked like Satan himself came out of the barrels of hell, and you just wouldn't offer him no water at all in the Sahara. It looked dry. This was a dehydrated wig. This was a dehumidified wig. And that's who was representing this transhumanist approach in this robot. Let's look at it again. You got to see how dry this wig is. This might be the driest wig you've ever seen. Oh my gosh. I mean, man. Y'all. I mean, y'all some million dollar. I mean, look at this, man. I mean, this does it. You got the white lady, her hair's bouncing. She got the Pantene Pro V going. Lord. Man. I mean, y'all couldn't have got a better wig. Seriously. I mean, you putting Jasmine Crocker to shame. You putting Jasmine Crocker to shame right here. Oh Lord, here we go, and it's hanging off. It's like Sylvester Stallone cliffhanger. He was on that cliff. I mean, y'all are here, Lord, man. I mean, this is several different. This nigga here, I mean, his stuff is. I mean, the bionic Bedouin, her wife or his wife. I don't know what the. Oh man. Jeez. The head is just. Oh, and we got Annabelle right here. Can you imagine that walking? Can you imagine? Can you imagine it? Can you imagine walking? Can you imagine seeing this when you walk in the house late at night after seeing The Conjuring, the last Conjuring going on? Oh man. Oh jeez. Look at that part, y'all. This is the representation of the transhumanist movement. I ain't gonna make it. Y'all, I'm just. I'm not gonna make it. I ain't gonna be able to keep a straight face. This might have been the best one we got here. I mean, this looks like a cassowary wig. Man, oh jeez. Yo, man, I'm logging out. I'm gonna let y'all do the rest of y'all research. I can't do it. I can't keep a straight face. I mean, that looked like Tyrannosaurus coconut toe jam dehydrated. I don't know what to say. I gotta log out, y'all. I can't take it. I can't.